Conversation makes a difference. Mentors listen and talk with children in need. Could be you. Children First. Connect with a kid in your area.
You stinker!
Sunday, ABC brings Mortal Kombat home to you. Action never looked so damn good. Street Fighter, ABC Sunday, parental discretion.
Up next, fog blankets Minnesota, making a frustrating night for holiday travelers trying to get home.
Also, a border battle rivalry results in a very bad haircut.
The fact is, you go to Dayton's after Thanksgiving sale because your mother did. And your mother went to Dayton's because her mother did. You'll go because you need gifts for all kinds of people. And Dayton's is not only where the gifts are, it's where the gifts are on sale. Why shop anywhere else? Dayton's after Thanksgiving sale. The tradition continues through Sunday.
Live from KSTP Television, this is Channel 5 Eyewitness News at 10.
Fog puts a cloud over the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. Thousands of passengers are delayed or stranded at Minneapolis-St. Paul International.
We've been waiting 3 hours now.
On top of that, many of these travelers will now spend the night here.
Good evening. It's been a day of delays for people trying to catch a plane into or out of the Twin Cities.
It's only going to get worse tomorrow as all of those travelers try to catch other flights. Channel 5's Kim Pletica begins our top story coverage live at Minneapolis-St. Paul International. Kim?
Mike, some 4,000 people have been sitting here at the airport all day long wondering when or if they're going to get on a plane to take them wherever it is they're going. And at this point, it doesn't look good.
It's a total mess. It's a confusion.
It was the same story everywhere you looked at the airport today.
And I've been sitting at the airport since 6 this morning, trying to get to Tampa.
Thousands of stranded travelers facing hour-long delays because thick fog grounded their planes.
And we've been waiting 3 hours now, and they just told us our flight was canceled.
The fog forced the airport to shut down for 3 hours this morning. Visibility was so low it was too dangerous to fly in or out. By noon, the fog had lifted a bit, so one runway opened up. But by that time, scores of flights had been canceled and dozens more were seriously delayed.
And do you have any idea when you're going to get out?
Absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea.
Most travelers face the same problem. No idea when their planes would leave or whether they'd leave at all. As the average wait crept up to 5 hours, some people tried to grab some shut-eye, while others tried anything to get home.
I really need to get home by Monday morning, and I'm thinking I'm either going to rent a car and drive home tonight.
Airline employees juggled people on and off of packed planes, trying to make the best of a bad situation. But for some, that just won't happen.
A lot of people, frankly, will wind up spending the night in the airport.
That news didn't come as a surprise to many passengers, especially those who live here.
It's fog, it's weather, what can you do? Yeah, we're hardy folks, right? Yeah, we're used to this stuff.
Now, the airlines tell me they are doing everything they possibly can to get people on planes tonight and get them to where they're going. But since the fog doesn't look like it will lift until at least 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, it looks like the airport will be a temporary hotel for a lot of people tonight. Mike, Vanita?
And Kim, we mentioned it's only going to get worse tomorrow because tomorrow is the busiest travel day of the year, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, Northwest Airlines told me today that they are already booked 87% to capacity. That is like the busiest day that they ever have throughout the year, which means tomorrow, all of the people who couldn't get on planes tonight are going to have to get on planes tomorrow. So this place is going to be jam-packed.
Oh boy. All right. Thanks a lot, Kim. Well, that dense fog here has created a ripple effect. Dozens of flights were diverted to Fargo, Sioux Falls, and Grand Forks, while Rochester, Milwaukee, and Chicago were fogged in. Midway Airport in Chicago was closed twice today due to weather. Both O'Hare and Midway are open tonight, but passengers face delays of up to 2 hours. The fog is also making driving tricky on Minnesota roads and highways tonight. You can see how low the visibility is here on 280 in St. Paul. Thick fog covered much of southeastern and south central Minnesota today. The trick during the day was to remember to turn off your headlights once you turned off your car. Channel 5's David George is in Weather Center 5 now. David, when will this fog clear? Mike, I think beginning in 2 or 3 hours, we'll see a slow improvement on visibilities, and by probably 3 to 6 o'clock in the morning, it should be greatly improved. Still some morning fog, though, down toward Rochester and over into Eau Claire as this front heads in that direction. A mostly sunny day tomorrow through central and northern Minnesota with more sunshine here in the Twin Cities area. And if you have travel plans nationally, some thunderstorms with a high of 82 in Miami, rain throughout the day in New York City, clear and slightly cooler in Dallas with a high of 59, showers in both Los Angeles and Seattle, and for Denver, partly cloudy and 50. We'll talk about what ingredients are going into this fog, when it should dissipate, and what you can expect not just for tomorrow, but also for the next 5 days. We'll do that in a moment.
Okay, thanks, David. St. Paul police are looking tonight for a hit-and-run driver whose car struck and critically injured a St. Paul teenager. It happened around 6 tonight at the intersection of Rice and Geranium Streets. St. Paul police tell us the 15-year-old was standing in the intersection when she was hit. Police hope witnesses will come forward with information. A murder this Thanksgiving at the Stillwater prison is reigniting the death penalty debate. The suspect, Craig Bjork, was already in prison for killing 4 people in 1982. 2 of them his own children. Channel 5's Dave Verhasselt spoke with the father of one of the victims today about his reaction to the latest murder.
Dave Yerku thinks his daughter Mona died trying to protect a murderer's children from their father.
I miss her every day for 15 years. She was not my daughter, she was my friend too.
Craig Jackson was convicted of the 4 murders in '82. For his protection, Jackson's name was changed to Bjork in prison. On Thursday, investigators learned it was other inmates who needed protection from Bjork.
The first thing I thought was, I tried to tell you people, meaning the state legislature, that he was going to do this again, whether it be in jail or whatever. I told you that it's going to happen again, and if it wasn't him, it'd be somebody just like him.
Now that Craig Bjork has allegedly killed again, Dave Yerku is challenging state legislators to bring back the death penalty in Minnesota.
If anybody in the legislature has the guts to bring this up for consideration again, call me. I'll be there.
Yerku supports the death penalty in select cases, like for killing a police officer, firefighter, or a judge, or in the murder of a child or any killing involving rape. Craig Bjork Jackson has already killed 4 people, now allegedly a 5th, and has been implicated in other murders. Yerku says there's no reason to think he won't kill again.
He's already in for the rest of his life, so what are they going to do? Give him another life term? Big deal.
Dave Verhasselt, Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
Investigators say Bjork confessed he killed fellow inmate Edwin Curry to ensure he would be moved to a different cell. Curry's mother says her son deserved a chance to start a new life. He was serving time for sexually abusing a young girl in Rochester. He was due for supervised release in July.
Another Stillwater prisoner up for release next year is on the loose tonight. Dennis Ritchie walked away from the minimum security unit last night sometime after 10. He was serving a 2-year sentence for theft by swindle. Ritchie has family in St. Paul and in Wisconsin. They're working with police to help find him. We're just learning of a terrible shooting spree that killed 2 people and paralyzed another in northeastern Minnesota. It happened in the town of Calumet on Thanksgiving night. Deputies tell us a man shot and killed his former girlfriend at this mobile home, then shot and paralyzed 20-year-old Chad Parks of White Bear Lake. Somehow during the gunfire, the suspect was also shot and killed. Police can't explain that yet.
He led Detroit through some of the toughest times in recent decades. Tonight, Americans remember former Mayor Coleman Young. He died today at the age of 79. In 1973, Young became the first elected black mayor of the city. 8 years later, he brought the city back from the edge of bankruptcy. He retired from politics in '93 after serving 5 terms. In recent months, he suffered from several health problems and had been hospitalized since July.
Stop fighting. He put up a good fight.
Tonight, President Clinton calls Young an inspiration to city leaders throughout this country. In Jackson, Mississippi, a Christmas tree contributes to a deadly accident. The driver of this Ford Explorer lost control after trying to avoid the tree lying in the road. The car flipped several times, killing a 14-year-old passenger. Neither person was wearing a seatbelt, and both were thrown from the vehicle.
Well, we were dealing with fog here in the Twin Cities out west. Snow is the problem. A huge storm dumped up to 3 feet of snow, shutting down Interstate 25 in Colorado. From the air, you can see stranded drivers trying to get out after the plows made it through to reopen the road. And weather may be the cause of this huge train derailment in New Mexico. All 54 freight cars went off the tracks near the Raton Pass. The accident also means delays for holiday travelers taking Amtrak trains. There were no injuries.
No one got hurt, but there are lots of hard feelings. A Packer fan jokes a little too much about the Vikings while sitting in a Minneapolis barber chair.
And you can really only take so much of that, you know.
Up next, the cut few Packer fans would want days before the big game. And the Vikings gobble up the competition on a playing field underwater. And it's not too late to get tickets to see the former Purple Prince in a rare performance here in the Twin Cities.
Closed captioning of Eyewitness News is sponsored by the Star Tribune.
Want to stretch a little? Each week, try a different section of the Sunday Star Tribune newspaper. Who knows? You might just discover a few new sections of yourself.
After $1,500 cash back, a 98 Dodge Neon is priced considerably less than Honda Civic, Toyota Corolla, and Saturn. So draw your own conclusions at the friendly Dodge dealer near you. How do you make a new 98 Dodge Neon go even faster? Offer $1,500 cash back or 1.9 financing for up to 60 months that can save you over $2,700. So before this offer ends, step on it to the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Every day, new technologies are helping make each acre of land in the world more productive. For example, new technology has led to a more powerful superactive herbicide for season-long control of grasses and small-seeded broadleaves at a greatly reduced rate. Yet it's safe to corn seedlings no matter what the weather. That new technology is from Novartis. That new herbicide is stronger, longer, better, Dual 2 Magnum. It's powerful new chemistry.
It's fall. That means two things, football and projects. That's why we're having the True Value Kickoff Kick-In sale. We're kicking it off by kicking in savings throughout the store. So you can get all those projects done and still have time to enjoy the season. Right now, get this 93-piece socket and tool set with quality Stanley tools for just $88.88. True Value, official hardware store of the NFL and homes everywhere.
If the number of checks written is any indication, retailers should be smiling this holiday season. According to Telecheck, the nation's largest check authorization company, day after Thanksgiving sales are up across the country. Nationally, it's up just over 2%. The Midwest leads the country with a 3.4% jump over last year. Here in Minnesota, it's a little lower at just under 3%.
You still have a chance to buy tickets to see the Minnesota artist formerly known as Prince. They went on sale today. We watched as people stood in long lines this morning to buy them. The concert, called the Jam of the Year, comes to the Target Center December 10th. It's the singer's first arena show here since 1988. Now, at last check, Ticketmaster had some tickets left, but they're in the upper rows of the upper level. Well, if you're still looking for a ticket to this Monday's border battle against Green Bay at the Dome, be ready to shell out the dough. The game has been sold out for months. Prices from ticket scalpers are expected to be high. Last year, the average seat cost about $80. This year, it's up to $125.
Packer fans have already been spending big bucks this month for a unique opportunity. They're buying a piece of the team. Investors have been piling on the questions about ownership ever since 400,000 shares of Packer stock went on sale 2 weeks ago.
Not too many people can say that they own a part of a national football team.
The Packers say if you order shares by December 9th, they'll guarantee delivery of the stock certificate by Christmas. Here in the Twin Cities, one Packer fan found out it's best not to make fun of the Vikings when you're sitting in the barber's chair and the man holding the scissors is a big Minnesota fan. He ended up shedding more hair than he expected.
I am a Viking fan.
At Pioneer Barbershop in Minneapolis, there's little doubt where Bernard Walters' loyalties are.
I have been a Viking fan. I live in Minnesota.
Still, when a Packer fan walked in last week, Walters gave him a haircut just the same until he started getting mouthy. The man started ripping on several Vikings, including tackle Corey Stringer. He called him a walking refrigerator, then continued on with more fat jokes.
And you can really only take so much of that, you know.
Especially when you find out Walters is Corey Stringer's cousin. He's got his picture up in the barbershop.
And so what I happened to do at that time was I decided that if I have to stand here and take this, then I might as well leave a trademark for Vikings fans for him to remember me by.
He took these clippers and ran them right over the man's head like this.
He kept saying, well, I was only joking. Well, it was a 30-minute joke.
Walters now says he feels bad about what happened, and he's sorry about the unusual haircut.
So I do want to apologize to anyone if I hurt someone's feelings. I'm a lifelong Viking fan. I am blood related to Corey, and I just want to say to all those Packer fans out there, they're going down at the Dome Monday night.
We were not able to reach the Packer fan who got the close shave, but he told the Pioneer Press he had to go ahead and shave off the rest of his hair. He also said he's hired an attorney.
The border battle turned into a feeding frenzy at the Mall of America today.
Vikings rule! Woo!
Viking fans watched as this diver fed the fish at Underwater World with an edible Green Bay logo. The fans enjoyed watching fish tear it apart.
I think the Green Bay fans should be in the Shark Tank.
Packer fans also showed their team spirit as this diver wore the green and gold in the tank. Well, you can watch the real border battle played out this Monday night on Channel 5. Leading up to the big game, Eyewitness News will have team coverage starting at 5 p.m. We will have crews all over, live at the Dome and in Wisconsin for the early newscast, with continuing coverage during our 1-hour Viking sports wrap starting at 7. Kickoff is at 8. You can just feel that excitement building, can't you?
I'm the one who's been assigned Wisconsin to be there live. Hopefully they'll be nice.
Hopefully.
Well, as we said, very foggy night here in the Twin Cities.
Yeah, I think when a lot of travelers come to Minnesota, they're worried about a snowstorm, but you got fogged in, and that's the case today. It's the case tonight, but there should be some improvement overnight, so if you can get on that plane tomorrow, you should be okay. What led to the fog? Well, the melting of snow the previous 4 days. A lot of that moisture has been trapped by an inversion. That's when the temperatures aloft are warmer than they are at the surface. The angle of the sun is very, very low, of course. This time of the year, the daylight is short, so that sun cannot work on the fog. And we had a lack of wind today, but our wind should increase and turn northwesterly overnight to scour out this moisture and improve our visibility. Right now, though, the humidity 100%, the temperature is 30, the dew point at 30, rising barometer, and there's that light wind, variable at 3 miles per hour, but again, that will increase. Our high today, 31, low temperature 20. Both records were set over 100 years ago. No snowfall today, and the sun pops up in the morning at 7:29. Let's talk about some highs today. Usually it's warmer out to the west and southwest because of bare ground, but it was also warmer today across the northern part of the state with sunshine. Duluth 43, International Falls 45. If the Vikings and Packers played today, Green Bay would come out on top, 41 degrees for their high temperature, and again here in the metro, 31. Right now it is 25 degrees at Brainerd. That's one of our cooler locations, 34 degrees at Marshall. And it looks like we're only going to hold steady overnight. We may actually drop 1 or 2 degrees, but that's going to be just about it. The rainfall in Des Moines, back toward Omaha and Lincoln is tapering off with this spinning area of low pressure, so that's getting pulled away. But it's advancing on the opposite side of that low up toward Peoria, Rockford, Chicago, and Milwaukee. So a rainy night in Chicagoland, and that may be the case tomorrow. I doubt that's going to make it as far north as Green Bay, so it looks dry over toward that part of Wisconsin. And this big area of low pressure was a storm that we were talking about last weekend that would affect the Rockies. If you saw the video from Colorado, you know how much snow that they picked up, and it looked like last week that could affect us, but it has stayed a good 200 to 300 miles down to the south, which is good news for us. But we have had the fog problems. Big thunderstorms across the southeast, and here's a front advancing through California, providing rain close to Eureka, and that extends up to Portland, Tacoma, and also Seattle. Dense fog advisory till at least midnight, but conditions should improve between midnight and 3 a.m. for the metro. The dense fog advisory, though, continues down toward Rochester, Albert Lee, and Austin all the way through tomorrow morning. And high temperatures tomorrow, very close to 40 degrees with that lingering morning fog, but nothing like what we have now, and then some afternoon sunshine. So overnight tonight, the fog gradually dissipating with a low of 27 degrees. And then tomorrow morning, maybe a little bit of fog, otherwise partly sunny, close to 30 degrees. And for the afternoon, 40, partly cloudy, north-northwest wind at 12 to 22. So a little breezy tomorrow. Highs close to 40 Monday and Tuesday, then a chance of flurries and light snow Wednesday into Thursday. Perhaps a bigger snow for us this time next week.
Okay, thank you, David.
With the warmer weather, this is a great weekend to hang your outdoor lights. Today we found a couple in Burnsville trimming their home. As you plan your decorations, Northern States Power reminds you to think safety.
Many people put the strings up with staple guns, and that can be a problem because the staple can puncture the wire.
Here are a few more common sense tips. Replace frayed or worn light cords. Don't use indoor lights outside. Set a timer or unplug tree lights when you sleep or leave your house. And use no more than 5 strings of lights per socket. Well, these bright lights broke through the heavy fog at the Minnesota Zoo tonight. The Walk the Wild Lights display uses 250,000 lights strung throughout the zoo to create this amazing scene. There were some very friendly animals to greet people, too. You've got plenty of time to see the light show. It runs through Thursday through Sunday through December 28th.
New Year's Day is still a month away for most of us, but this weekend, thousands of people are celebrating the traditional Hmong New Year. Young dancers helped entertain a packed house here at St. Paul's River Center. Hmong people from all over the country are enjoying this event. They celebrate the Hmong New Year every Thanksgiving weekend here in Minnesota. The festivities wrap up tonight at midnight.
It's something you hope to celebrate just once in your lifetime. Up next, thousands of couples say their I do's together. And the story of a little girl accidentally left behind in all the commotion of a birthday party.
This Eyewitness News weather report is brought to you by Gordon's Jewelers.
At Gordon's, now through Sunday only, take an additional $100 off this diamond heart pendant. This weekend, just $4.99. Or these diamond solitaire earrings through Sunday, only $4.99. And get this diamond bracelet also reduced this weekend by an extra $100, now only $6.99. But hurry, sale ends Sunday at Gordon's. Gordon's Jewelers, since 1905.
To be fair, the best way to judge something new is to simply compare it to what has come before. Head to head, apples to apples. Except in this case it wouldn't be fair and not so simple. Because this time, what's new is not an apple. The daring new Audi A6. Imagine how the apples must feel.
Here, happiness isn't taken for granted. Work and play don't argue. And I can always find you if I need you. Here, a handshake still beats an email. And wires aren't something that people connect, but something that connects people. Here, you've got a life, and we've got a job to do. Life's better here. U.S. West.
Bob, the crowd is going wild over these parade balloons.
You're so right. Macy's Thanksgiving sale is all about excitement, savings, and selection. What's up next, Kathy?
Bob, it's a handbag. A gorgeous leather handbag.
Cindy, what's the view like up there?
Bob, it's just incredible. It's as if Macy's has rounded up everything you'll need for the holidays.
Folks, this sale is really big. You're going to find great prices throughout the store.
Now through Sunday, Macy's. It's everything you love about shopping.
First time you try a Tobler chocolate orange, please be compassionate and knock it out before you eat it.
Whack and unwrap to enjoy smooth chocolate with a touch of orange flavor. Tobler Chocolate Orange. Chocolate with a twist.
A birthday party mix-up ends with a 3-year-old left alone in a Florida restaurant this weekend. The 3-year-old was accidentally left at this Chuck E. Cheese last night. The adults used 2 cars to load up all the children, but didn't realize 3-year-old Calvandria Sims wasn't there. Today, after calls to police and media reports, the family was reunited. The Iowa town set to welcome home the McCoy septuplets showed its true colors today.
3, 2, 1, go!
People in Carlisle released about 2,000 pink and blue balloons for the babies. They paid $1 for each of them to raise money for the McCoys. By the way, the septuplets continue to do well tonight. They're all in fair condition, breathing on their own.
If you think 7 babies is something, how about 15,000 brides? 30,000 couples stood side by side in RFK Stadium to say their I do's. They were either renewing or exchanging their vows. Reverend Sun Myung Moon presided over this unofficial ceremony. His Unification Church wanted to broaden the appeal of this event with famous names such as Reverend Louis Farrakhan and Whitney Houston. But the singer never showed. Her publicist says she came down with flu-like symptoms.
The Augsburg football team could not weather the storm in the playoffs.
Yeah, and it has not been smooth sailing lately for the Timberwolves, Guess.
No, Mike, the big question is, would it be a grisly night for the Wolves at home this evening against Vancouver, or would they make the fans howl by stopping that 5-game losing skid? Show and tell next in sports.
How's your reception?
A reception? Picture perfect.
So, what's the deal?
Get hooked up to cable TV. It's easy. One call, one company, one bill. Get you great programming.
What about local programming?
Some get it, some don't. This thing doesn't work. No Twin Cities channels?
No.
No local news, weather, sports?
No, nothing.
It's either these or get cable TV.
Get cable installed for only $14.95. With our on-time guarantee, we're on time or it's on us. Call Paragon Cable at 522-2000.
Want a great idea for this holiday season? Give the Minnesota Zephyr to someone special. This exciting 3-hour journey and 5-course white linen dinner is highlighted by the Zephyr Cabaret singing hits of the 40s and 50s. For that someone special, gift certificates are available at the Stillwater Depot, or you can order by phone. Gift certificates for the Minnesota Zephyr, the perfect holiday gift.
Each new day brings more new fun, memories in the making.
Seems like every day the kids just do something that I want to take a picture of.
Every smile's a special one, a treasure for the taking.
I can't wait around for specials. I might miss something important, so I take my film back to Walmart. Their prices are as low as they can be all the time, every day, and they do a great job.
Always great pictures and always low prices. At Walmart.
Connect the numerical Affinium stabilizer to the Susfusian CPX? Frankly, I don't need a higher form of intelligence to make smart decisions. No offense. Now, during the Chevy Make Your Money Count year-end event, the Smart Buy is Cavalier, with features usually found on more expensive cars for half the price. Plus now, get 2.9 APR financing or cash back on Cavalier. Check out great offers on other 98 Chevy cars and trucks. You want to look smart? Get a Cavalier.
Your Cavalier's ready during the Make Your Money Count year-end event at your Heartland Chevrolet dealers.
After losing their last 5 games dressed as Dr. Jekyll, the Wolves reappeared as Mr. Hyde tonight against Vancouver. They rebounded, played defense, ran the court, and they won. The Wolves got off to a blistering start tonight. Stephon Marbury, a pretty dish to Stanley Roberts for the dunk, and the Wolves gave up a franchise-low 10 points in the first quarter. Looking good. Kevin Garnett and his huge contract came to play tonight. He blocked Sharif Abdur-Rahim not once, but twice on this play. The kid finished with 13 points, 6 block shots, a whopping lead. Wolves led 62-30 at the half. Grizzlies tried to claw their way back in the third. Abdur-Rahim with the slam and the foul. Vancouver cut it to 13 points, but the Wolves pulled away in this one. Googs gonna hit the J. He led him with 23 points. The Wolves snapped a 5-game losing streak, and how? 106-87 over the Grizzlies. Man, I'm sure glad that we're now just 2 days away from the big Vikes-Packers Monday night showdown at the Dome. I mean, by now the players and the media have all talked about the offense, the defense, the special teams, Brad Johnson, Brett Favre, John Randall, this, Reggie White, that, and so it goes. About all that's left to talk about is the stage. Monday night's game will be played on a national stage we here at Channel 5 call Monday Night Football.
As big as this rivalry is, and as good as the games have been, it's hard to believe this is the first time that Monday night's picked it up.
The Packers and the Vikings, it's always been a rivalry, and finally everybody in the nation gets the chance to see us on Monday Night Football, so it's just a chance for everybody to go out and showcase their skills.
And don't forget about the special Vikings sports wrap to showcase the big game. Once again, it all starts at 7 here on Channel 5. Jack Osberg and his Augsburg football team have much to be thankful for on this Thanksgiving weekend. After all, they won their first conference championship since 1928 this season, and they made it to the quarterfinals of the Division III playoffs. Problem is, they got the stuffing knocked out of them today in those playoffs when they played Simpson College in Iowa. There weren't many things that went right for the Augies. They trailed 34-14 in the third when Darren Lamker hooks up with Scott Vistenstall for a 11-yard touchdown catch, but 13 points would be as close as the Augies came. Simpson quarterback Brad Jorgensen, in the meantime, had a huge day, 4 touchdowns in all, including that 17-yarder to Grant McGraw. The Storm really never looked back and blew away the Augies, who finished the season 10-2, 61-21 was the final. He brought as much spice to college football as the Cajun food in the Bayou region he ruled. But after 56 years and a record 408 victories, Eddie Robinson steps away from the sidelines today. Robinson's Grambling Tigers lost to Southern today in the Bayou Classic, but the game was a mere formality. 64,000 were on hand to say thanks and pay tribute to this coaching legend. In his 56 years, Robinson led the Tigers to 8 Black College National Championships and had 200 players go on to play in the NFL. Nick Saban and Michigan State are saying aloha after bowling over Penn State. Cedric Urban scored 4 times to help the Spartans rout number 4 Penn State 49-14. The win got Michigan State to a bid to the Aloha Bowl and will keep Penn State out of an Alliance Bowl. Tom Lehman pads his pockets with some holiday shopping money. That story and more when we come back.
It's the Rock'em Sock'em moment you've been waiting for. The Vikings battle Green Bay Monday night. A special 1-hour sports wrap is your ticket to the hottest pregame show in town.
We've got the dome covered inside and out. Plus, we'll be live from the land of cheese.
And who is Brad Johnson? In North Carolina, he's the king of the mountain. Then find out why more women are picking up the pigskin. Plus, what's the hardest job in the NFL? And meet the backbone man of the Vikes. Get primed for the big showdown Monday at 7 on Channel 5.
Come in and see how we look, see how we feel. So many styles do you see? The look is today, for work or for play, 'cause we dress the family.
You can get a lot for your money there.
And we feel that that's extremely important because we're able to buy maybe 1 or 2 more outfits that we wouldn't have been able to buy.
At Walmart, there's a style to make you smile.
They say no marriage is made in heaven, but ours is made somewhere very nearby. So for this, our 10th anniversary, I'll give you something really special. I'll mark this anniversary with diamonds and show you I'd marry you all over again.
The Diamond Anniversary Band of a carat or more. A diamond is forever. De Beers.
Tonight's Eyewitness Sports Report is brought to you by your Northland Ford dealers.
Is this your ZX2?
Sure is. Hi, I'm
These are fast.
Dave.
A moonroof.
I'm Dave, and you are...
A CD player.
Hello.
Cool wheels.
ZX2. Even the price is impressive.
Remote keyless entry.
Want to see my puppy?
Ford ZX2. Grab life by the wheel.
To be real honest with you, Tom Lehman would probably tell you this wasn't his greatest year on the PGA Tour, but his 1997 earnings probably won't reflect it much. The annual Skins Game's underway, and you've heard of the $100,000 candy bar. How about the $100,000 putt? That's what Lehman sank his teeth into when he birdies the 8th hole with that 22-footer. On the day, Lehman pocketed $130,000 with the back nine still to be played tomorrow here on Channel 5. Finally, in sports, you've all heard the term, all right, team, let's come out fighting. Let's just say that's what both Mississippi and Ole Miss carried out for a game plan today in their old annual interstate rivalry. In fact, neither team waited for the game to begin as both clubs get involved in an all-out Donnybrook before kickoff. I guess you could say they were ticked off before they kicked off.
We're not going to see that at the Dome on Monday, are we?
Could.
Very well.
It'd be fun, wouldn't it?
It would. Thanks
a lot.
We'll be right back.
KS95 is filling your radio with the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today.
I am barely breathing. La, la, la. Shame on you.
The best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today.
I don't want to wait for all nights to be over.
We just hope your radio can handle it. KS95, the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today.
Hey, time's a-wasted. A million things to do, a billion things to get done. So hurry over to Paper Warehouse, where they have everything you need on sale now.
Save on a huge assortment of gift bags from Clio. Dozens of styles and sizes, warehouse price 75 cents and up. Save over 60% off the retail pre-price on dozens of holiday greeting cards. 20-count boxes, warehouse price as low as $4.
What did I tell you? At Paper Warehouse, you'll find a store full of savings right now. And when the holidays roll around, you're sitting pretty.
When it's holiday time at Frank's, you'll see a forest of fresh-cut and lifelike trees with enough lights to wrap the world. With over 10 million glass ornaments, 8,000 miles of garlands, and oh so many Santas, you may go into overload. But even if you do, Frank's low prices will keep you very merry.
A beautiful Christmas begins at Frank's. Frank's Nursery and Crafts.
This camera's captured a lot of great times. And my camcorder is wonderful for taping special moments. And for over 80 years, National Camera and Video has been selling these products and more to loyal customers like me. Sure, they're superstores, but I want to know I'm buying from people who know these products inside and out. Plus, National Camera has the largest selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. It's also where I bought my new big screen. National Camera and Video. You're not paying more, you're getting more.
The wind will gradually increase overnight, and that should lift our fog. Visibilities are already starting to improve. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, high near 40 degrees. Should be a much better and brighter day.
Sounds good. Thank you, David. And thank you for joining us tonight.
We'll see you tomorrow night at 5:30. Good night.
Oh boy, honey, look, they're showing that Boston.